We would like some commentary by Alexi about space food if he's ready.
30.
Okay. Here now on Alex. Black Beach is prepared. Most of us, since he's in that part of the spacecraft. Alexi's here in the center, getting ready. Deep. And we'll have Alexi say a few words to you.
Apollo Commander Houston, when you move forward, your hat comes into the picture and it causes it to bloom. Also, there is a checklist on panel 3 that's causing it to bloom a bit. That's good.
That's good. Трансшение проводится.
Madrid intro. George to Chicago intro. Chicago intro.
Are you reading Alexi?
Negative, we have not read Alexi yet.
Houston, are you reading Alexi?
Negative, we have not read Alexi yet.
Третью подключить к какому радио?
Where is this to be plugged in? To which connector?
У меня только нет цикаты, она в Apollo сейчас.
But I don't have DK3, it's in the Apollo.
Okay, now Alexi is eating some steak, some beef steak. Запишу. So it looks like it's barbecued even. It's like it's roasted on a grill, but it's in a pack that preserves it.
Madrid intro. They're talking on a TV port over Houston. Chicago, is that? Is this on the downlink or is this here? Do you see anything wrong with this picture, what you're seeing on it?
We're seeing light variations, kind of like short increases in white level.
Did you read Alexi before Houston?
He told you from TV. Suggest you try
We
on
have
the camera.
before, but not lately, and we do not read him now.
Okay, I think that switching over to Soyuz is what... Hey, Vance, would you tell Malloy to send Alexi up so he can talk into Houston? While they're taking care of that, Alexi's continuing to eat his beef steak. He also has strawberries, almonds. Hey, как тебе прием? Hey, как слышишь прием?
How do you read over?
I can see Alexi depressing his mic, but we're not reading.
Good contact here, some contact
Say
next
what,
week.
Bo, if you want when we're getting squared away, we can talk a little more food
VHF
over here.
Simplex Alpha for the Soyuz communications during the last
Good
pass.
picture of you, and we see you fine. If you'd like to, you can tell us about the Soviet food.
Roger, Madrid, and while I'm talking to you, can you tell me your analysis of the quality of the communications during that pass?
Alexi reads him, but the rest of us loud and clear, but he can't transmit.
The quality was fine by phone. Report still be passed. The communication has to go as well as off as well as the PM.
Roger. Thank you.
Okay, Bo, well, let's press on. Значит, слушай, в третьем переходе
So in the third transfer, you don't have to do TV coverage 11.1 from the docking module. This is what Moscow said. Your TV 11.1 TV session is canceled. Did you copy?
Okay, Bo, let's start on the meal here. If you're all set, I think you can see that. I think you can see that Larry spread out a meal for us on the table. We have a little collapsible table here on Soyuz, and right now it's covered with food that's under little rubber band type devices such that it won't float away. Most of the food comes either in tubes, such as what you see here, or in cans.
Cracker roll.
Just like a tuna can.
Oh, cracker. Well, we have a theory on that.
Just in packages, cellophane packages.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead. There's an example of something in the cellophane package. It's bread. Now, also, there's a heater for heating up these tubes. The heater's over here on the wall.
Yeah, I'm sure that's
Don't know if you can quite see it.
Let me look at this.
It's, anyhow, it's an electric heater, and Larry just a short time ago put 2 tubes of soup in there, heated them up for us. It didn't take long for it to heat up, and so now Larry's just opened up one of his tubes, and he's trying a little of this soup.
Okay.
This is called she. Very common and delicious soup. Incidentally,
We're getting an uplink and downlink mode on that thing.
foods over there in the Soviet Union are somewhat similar to ours. Actually, some dishes that are different. In general, I like things like their ice cream bread, shish kebab, things like that. Here on the table, Larry seems to like his she very well. I think some of the best space foods are these canned meats like we have here, chicken with eggs. Chicken, also tuna, various fishes are very good.
For the VTR coverage of the transfer back.
Okay, we have napkins.
Valery, how do you read me? Weak.
Valery, how do you read me?
I read you very weak. Valery, I had no comm with Moscow at all. I just changed my headphones, and I'm now speaking from Deek's place. I did not do my TV coverage on space food. The way I understood you is not to do the TV seance from the docking module. 1. 2, when you come in here, take with you take 3 cartridges with you. Did you understand, Roger? Over.
Okay, so anyway, Bo, we're about to start eating, and we'll eat with knives and forks and spoons, just the way you would down on the Earth. Most of the food will stick to the spoon well enough, and things that won't, of course, will be eaten out of the tubes, or like the bread, be eaten in bite-sized bits. All in all, it's a very convenient setup up here. With that, unless you have any questions, I think we'll press on and eat.
Roger, thank you, Vance.
Okay, Bo, if you look on TV, you see Alexi eating some soup. Breakfast potato soup.
Roger, we've got a picture of Alexi eating there.
How's the soup, Alexi?
Apollo, Houston, we're going to finish our TV here, and we would like to go down to channel 181 with TV power switches off.
Already got it off now, right?
Roger, but we would like them back on before the VTR coverage of the transfer. That's about 7455.
Roger, 7455.
you well.
Okay. Houston, just now, right now, Tom, Nick and me are in the Apollo spacecraft. We have lunch. It is a good lunch. I like it very much. But as the philosopher says, the best part of a good lunch is not what you eat, but with whom you eat. Just now I eat my space food with my very good, very nice old friends, Tom and Dick. Therefore, I have beautiful dinner on Apollo spacecraft. In Apollo spacecraft. I have potato soup, strawberry, steak, bread, and cold tea. I like it very much.
How to show? We find a Mayan boss. Ocean, how to show?
Very good. I read you very clearly.
Did you get that on the tube?
Negative, unfortunately. We didn't see that on TV, but we did understand it quite clearly.
Okay, good.
Apollo, Houston, we think that the earlier problem with the communication may have been that the Soyuz was not properly configured for the transmission of Leonov's voice down here. Apollo, Houston, we think that it may have been in the mode that they talked over Madrid.
Roger.
This is Apollo Control. Loss of signal through the ATS-6 satellite. Apollo and Soyuz spacecraft crossing the Indonesian Republic, the islands in the Republic of Indonesia in the Western Pacific. Next station in approximately 6 minutes, Auroral Valley. However, it appears that Auroral Valley will not be called up. It's a rather low elevation angle pass to the northeast of that station, and there is a range of mountains between the station and the ground track of Soyuz and Apollo. AOS, next revolution on the Santiago, Chile tracking station, and ATS-6 is 35 minutes away. If perchance there are any communications through Auroral Valley, we will play those back on a delayed basis. This is Apollo Control, 7434, ground elapse time. This is Apollo Control. Had an early acquisition of signal through Santiago, Chile. Missed a few seconds, perhaps, of the first call and response. And we're some 5.5 minutes away from acquisition through ATS-6 satellite. We have 1 minute and 30 seconds on the stored on the recorder, which we'll play back now from Santiago during this gap until we pick up ATS-6. Roll tape.
Apollo, Houston through Wallops for approximately 5 minutes.
Roger, through Wallops.
Apollo, Houston, there is approximately 1 minute until LOS. Next AOS is Santiago at 7510. Apollo, Houston through Santiago on a short pass. ATS is at 7517.
Roger. Hey, Bo, this is Tom.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, I'm in the docking module working on step 2 of the third transfer. Do you want us to go here and go through this checklist as far as removing these samples?
Roger, we'd like you to do everything as in the checklist nominally.
Okay, the temperature's 28 degrees and the furnace cool lights on, so we can go do it.
Roger. And I have one deletion for you. Step 11 on D4-8. You can eliminate all those references to TV 11-1.
This is Apollo Control. That completes playback of Santiago, Chile pass. 3.5 minutes now away from acquisition through the satellite. And we're standing by.
Apollo Houston through S, how do you read? And Apollo, we would like the 3 TV camera power switches on panel 181 turned on.
I think they're all on, Bo.
Understand.
I hear you excellently. Stand by. Step 2.
Apollo Houston, over.
Go ahead, Bo.
I'd like to check and see if the transfer time was started on schedule.
Yeah, well, we started the transfer time on schedule. We had to go back and pick up the furnace sample and sign in a couple of books and things.
Roger, understood. Okay. Roger, we're coming up on 14 minutes transfer time.
We'll be making it up.
Roger.
Okay, hatch 2's closed. Luke devised octrate.
Hatch 2's closed.
Top chest. Yep. Josh, I'll report you ETOP CM.
Valerie, now I'm working on step 7 in the docking module.
Soyuz Tunnel, full pressure equalization.
Roger, Deke, we read you all right?
Okay. Yeah, I got a next step upcoming there. Soyuz Apollo.
Soyuz, this is Apollo. I am now beginning pressurization. Roger, understand.
We're pressurizing the DM.
Roger, copy.
Soyuz Apollo. Pressure in
the docking module up to 490 millimeters.
But we've lost our TV picture.
Yeah, I noticed the monitors are jumping around in here in both the cameras here in the DM.
Roger.
I mean, the image in the monitor is jumping around.
Docking module Houston, over.
Go ahead, Bo.
Hatch 2 has been doing well today, and with your concurrence, we suggest that you eliminate or cut short the hatch 2 pressure integrity check.
Sounds great. I'm ready to press on.
Soyuz Apollo.
Both sim.
Step 8 completed.
And it's a Vashi top, give it, Rio.
How's your step 9, over?
Apollo, Houston, could you tell us which camera you have in master, please?
Did you call me, Bo?
Roger. Apollo,
You have an echo.
Apollo, Houston, could you tell us which camera is in master at this time?
You got a horrible echo. Are you calling the command module or docking module?
Docking module, which camera is in master at this time? Roger, thank you.
Hey, Bo, for a checklist, the command module is also in master. I guess they all need to be, right? Hey, Bo, command module, I read.
Command module, we would like the command module camera into slave.
Right, command module's in slave. Vance, we're ready for you to open hatch 4 on step number 9. Apollo-Soyuz initiating step number.
Roger, understood.
Okay. Varadny on you. Davlenia Meshtu Stakovich, no module Soyuz.
Pressure equalization between the docking module and the Soyuz now.
Job, Jason. Apollo-Soyuz hatch number 4 opened. Lost Ponyo.
Roger, understood you.
job, they said we follow.
Step 10 completed.
Roger. Я открываю люк 3, когда ты готовишь.
I will open hatch 3 when you are ready.
We must reach AOS. Твоя Союз 2.
This is Soyuz 2.
Вас слышу хорошо.
I read you well. Moscow, this is Soyuz 2. How's the picture?
I'm just standing by here, Vansley. Вон, ты над головой, там ничего не делаешь. ФСБ у нас рядом с... Сейчас как?
How's it now?
No, we were just talking about the Reba. That takes you better, man. Что вы хотите сказать ему?
What did you want to say to him?
I'm showing Alexi all the fish we have in the docking module. Apollo готов.
Apollo is ready.
Готов, открываю люк 3. Роджер.
Ready to open hatch 3?
Люк 3 открыт.
Hatch 3 is open. Valery, do you need any nitrogen?
Houston, how do you rate? Docking module.
Docking module, read you loud and clear.
Okay, up to step 13 now. Looks like we're back on schedule and appreciate the help on the rapid check on hatch 2.
Roger, understand. Step 13 on schedule.
Pardon me, no. It was step 15. I couldn't read this thing. I've already gone through 13. We're up to step 15.
Roger.
Auto show. And they
All right.
don't need any nitrogen.
Understand, no nitrogen required.
Hello, Houston, docking module.
Docking module, Houston, go ahead.
Everything's going smooth here. Is Lenny around there?
Roger, he's listening.
Okay, you might tell. I don't know whether to mention or not. I just happened to check the roll index angle that we put on, between the command module and the docking module.
Roger.
It's about as close as you can get it to zero. Maybe it's less than 20th to a 50th of a degree off.
Was it better than Apollo 10 is his question.
In other words, the zero line is just darn near splitting the other index line.
Roger, he copies.
Come check. At 1924.
As far as the PPO2 caution and warning, we had one that occurred at the end of the fourth transfer, and we think that was really just the result of the PPO2 being in the vicinity of the point where we would normally expect it to trigger. And of course, our normal procedures there are to go through an O2 enrichment. The procedure we used as far as the O2 enrichment was to go into the docking module and actually use that system rather than the waste vent valve, because there was some question as to whether or not the waste vent valve procedure where we flow through the command module system was working properly or not. And since we were trying to get the crew to bed on time, we just went ahead and used the DMO2 procedure, and this is a very fast procedure. The problem that arose is that, and you may have heard it on the air to ground, we got a master alarm around 8540 GET, and we thought the crew was asleep. It turns out that they were not asleep, or at least one of the crewmen was not asleep, and they had gone back in there and were bumping the cabin pressure back up. Evidently what happened was they went ahead and shut off the O2 supply before they closed the vent. And of course the cabin pressure dropped down fairly rapidly. They of course quickly caught it. As soon as they did catch it, they went ahead and closed the vent, brought the O2 supply back online, and everything is copacetic, so there is no problem in that system. If you listen to air to ground and you read some of the transcripts, you might think there was a major problem there, but there certainly is not. Oh, let's see if there's anything. We have one TV camera in our particular spacecraft that may have a problem. It's showing a somewhat dim picture. We're changing it around today in order to optimize our TV coverage. It's still a usable camera, but it's just not of optimum quality. It's probably a good thing the crew did have the speaker box off last night. You've also may have heard on some of our conversations that we're picking up some of the control towers around the countryside, and they're being fed up on VHF right on into the spacecraft, which makes it very difficult sleeping conditions. The crew did not hear any of that last night, although we did track down that the Atlanta control tower was giving some instructions to an Eastern airliner landing about that particular point in time. And it would have fed into the aircraft had all their communications been hooked up as we expected. The one crewman who was evidently wearing the headset was evidently tired enough that it just didn't bother him hearing that on a low-key voice. If we'd been calling, he probably would have heard it, but he didn't hear that. We have also, you may hear some discussions today, you may have heard some yesterday, about several of the telemetry parameters having some fairly wild fluctuations. We spent a good portion of the evening looking at the various parameters that were noisy, and we've tracked them down to a couple of individual components within the instrumentation system that may have some particular type of problem, but at this particular point in time, we do not have enough data to give you any indication whatsoever as to what the problem might be. I'm not trying to imply to you that in any way, shape, or form we have lost those parameters. It's just that they do have quite a bit of fluctuation and requires us to keep a pretty close eye on it. As far as the morning report was concerned, you probably heard Deke report that he had taken some Lomotil. We're not sure just exactly when he did take it. I think what we're talking about here is that he has some sort of a mild gastrointestinal distress. It's certainly something at this point in time that we're not disturbed about at all. The normal prescription on that, I think, is something like 2 every 4 to 6 hours, and he reported that he had taken 2. We'll just have to wait and see how that situation develops, but we really don't expect to hear too much more about that one. I had one other thing here I was going to talk to you about as far as TV coverage today, if I can locate it. While I'm trying to find that, why don't I let J.J. Conwell, who's our experiments officer, say just a few words to you about some of the experiment activities that we plan to become extensively involved in the remaining days of the mission. J.J.?
Okay. Starting on day 6, we're going to start running these Simbay experiments. These are astronomy type experiments that look into space, and we've got 3 of those. One is the helium glow instrument that'll be determining the amount of interstellar helium and also determining the temperature of the gas. Another one is the extreme ultraviolet experiment, which we're going to be doing a raster scan on tomorrow. It has a very narrow field of view, and due to the misalignment of the vehicle and the instrument and the deadband, we need to determine the exact pointing of the instrument so that on days 6, 7, and 8, when we are pointing at stellar sources, that we point right at them. It's an instrument that looks in a wavelength that you cannot observe here on the ground. So it is really an experiment on this mission, in that most experiments we run, we usually know what's going to happen. On this one, we'll be looking at stellar sources, not knowing what to expect, and the scientists are really excited about this experiment. The other astronomy experiment that we'll be running is an X-ray experiment. It also is very difficult to view on the ground in the wavelengths he's looking at. He'll be looking at stellar sources also, and in the 1 angstrom to 100 angstrom wavelength. Is that the only one you want me to talk about?
I think so, unless somebody else has questions on the other. Let me say just a couple words about the Russian TV coverage that you might expect today. The Soyuz crew has still not checked out 2 of their cameras, TK2, which is the one that we originally thought had a problem with, and later traced to the fact that it was the junction box, and TK4, which is their exterior camera. Their proposed TV plan for today, around 95 hours, they have TV 14-1, which is just a continuation of a program they started where they're talking about some of their MCC activities. At 9615, there was one in the flight plan listed as TV-14-2, which covered the second docking. Since that does use the TK4 camera, they have opted not to provide that coverage. At 9920, there was another scene called out TV-15, which covered the second undocking. Again, it was using that exterior camera, and they have elected to delete that. At 100 hours and 50 minutes ground elapsed time, TV-18, which is more or less their control center report on the flight accomplishments to date, will be using an alternate camera, but that particular scenario will be provided. And TV-18-1, where the flight engineer is going to report on the program accomplishments, is also scheduled. As far as American TV is concerned, we know of no changes at this particular point in time in that coverage. In other words, we're expecting to provide everything that's in the flight plan. Since this is the last time I guess I'll get a chance to talk with you concerning our control interaction with the Moscow Control Center for this particular mission, I guess I would like to say that the flight from our standpoint and the interaction that we've had with our counterparts in Russia has been extremely smooth. We only had an opportunity of 3 simulations prior to the mission, one of which did not involve all of the flight control teams.